My neighbor owns a laundromat. For years, I thought that was kind of a sad way to make a living. Then I found out what he actually takes home every month, and I stopped feeling sorry for him and started asking him questions instead. Here is the thing nobody tells you about getting wealthy in America. It rarely comes from the exciting idea. It comes from the idea everyone else is too embarrassed to try. Today, we are counting down 10 businesses that sound completely unglamorous, the kind of thing you would never bring up at a dinner party, but that quietly generate real monthly income for the people willing to do them. Stick around, because the last one on this list has one of the highest survival rates of any small business in the entire country, and almost nobody talks about why. Number 10. Commercial plumbing specifically for restaurants and commercial kitchens. Everybody jokes about how expensive plumbers are until their kitchen sink backs up in the middle of a dinner rush. A restaurant cannot wait a week for a repair. If the drain is clogged, they are losing money every single hour it stays broken. Plumbers who build steady maintenance contracts with restaurants, plus emergency service on top of that, typically bring in somewhere between $150,000 and $300,000 a year. The people who specialize specifically in commercial kitchens tend to do even better because they are not competing with every general plumber in town. They are the only name a restaurant owner has saved in their phone for when things go wrong at 11 at night. Number 9. Electrical work, focused on electric vehicle charger installation and smart home wiring. Regular electrical work has always paid decently, but something shifted over the last few years. More homes are installing EV chargers in their garages, and most traditional electricians still are not set up to handle that specific kind of installation. The electricians who did specialize early are now charging well above $250 an hour for that specific work compared to standard electrical rates. It is the same trade people have done for decades. The only thing that changed is which direction they pointed it in.
Number 8. Heavy equipment and tool rental. Think about scaffolding, industrial mowers, professional-grade saws. These things cost thousands of dollars, and most people only need them for a few days at a time. Buying one outright makes no sense for a small contractor working a 3-week job, so instead, they rent it. The equipment owner buys the tool once and rents it out dozens of times over its life. After it pays for itself, which usually does not take long, almost everything after that is pure profit. Number 7. ATM machines. This one surprises people every time. You are not selling anything. You are not serving customers. You are simply placing a machine in a location with heavy foot traffic, a bar, a laundromat, a corner store, keeping it stocked with cash and collecting a fee every time someone uses it. A well-placed machine can generate somewhere between $1,000 and $3,000 a month in pure profit. And here is the part that makes it even better. If you already have a relationship with a business owner for one of these placement-style businesses, they are usually open to adding a second machine too, which means you are earning twice from the same location without doubling your workload. Number 6. Vending machines. Same idea, different product. A well-placed machine in an office building, a gym, or a factory floor can bring in anywhere from $300 to $1,000 a month. The trick is not the snacks or the drinks, it is the location. Somebody who owns 50 machines across a city is not out there restocking each one personally. They have a route, sometimes a contracted route, and the money comes in whether they touch a single machine that week or not. Number 5. Bookkeeping for small businesses. This one has nothing to do with machines or equipment. It is just numbers on a screen. Almost every small business owner in this country needs their books kept up to date, and almost none of them want to do it themselves. That is why they pay anywhere from $500 to $1,500 a month for someone else to handle it. Do the simple math. 10 clients paying $1,000 a month each is $10,000 a month, and you do not need an office or a single employee to make that happen. You are not selling a fancy credential, you are selling the relief of not having to think about it. Number 4. Residential and commercial cleaning. People dismiss this one immediately because it sounds too simple, but a single person with just 5 recurring weekly clients can bring in somewhere between $5,000 and $8,000 a month. Scale that up to a small crew of 4 people, and that number can jump into the $25,000 to $40,000 range monthly, with margins that regularly land between 35% and 50%. The secret is not cleaning better than the competition. It is keeping the same clients coming back every single week instead of constantly chasing new ones. Number 3. Pest control. Nobody wants to think about this business, which is exactly why it works so well. Once a restaurant, an apartment building, or a homeowner signs a monthly pest maintenance contract, it tends to renew itself without any extra selling because nobody wants to risk a health inspection over a bug problem. This is one of the rare services where the client comes looking for you instead of you having to go convince them.
Number 2. Self-storage rental. Every city in America seems to be adding more storage facilities, and there's a clear reason why. New homes and apartments keep getting smaller, but people are not accumulating less stuff, they are accumulating more. Storage does not sell space, it sells a solution to a problem that modern life keeps creating on its own. And here's something worth knowing. A growing share of renters are not families between moves anymore. They are small online sellers using storage units as cheap makeshift warehouses instead of paying for real commercial space. And number 1, the coin laundromat. This is the one I told you about at the start, and it is the one worth paying the closest attention to. People need clean clothes no matter what the economy is doing, no matter what new technology comes out, no matter what trends come and go. That kind of demand almost never disappears. Industry data shows that a huge majority of laundromats are still open and operating 5 years after they start, a survival rate that most small businesses, especially restaurants, can only dream of. And a growing portion of laundromat income today is not even coming from the washing machines themselves. It is coming from the vending machines inside, the ATM in the corner, and the free Wi-Fi that keeps people sitting there a little longer. Without anyone really planning it that way, a laundromat quietly turns into 3 or 4 small businesses running under one roof. So here is the pattern running through this entire list if you noticed it. The businesses nobody wants to talk about at a dinner party are usually the ones with the least competition, because everyone else already decided they were beneath them. Somebody still has to run the laundromat, install the charger, or answer the call when the kitchen sink backs up at 11 at night. It might as well be someone who saw the opportunity instead of looking away from it. If this kind of breakdown is useful to you, stick around, because we cover exactly this kind of overlooked opportunity every week here on CapitalOra.